Hello!
Hello, AOS fans!
It's the agents of Beastgrave.
And back once more with Grand Clash Practice.
Ooh.
I'm playing the Gits.
And I'm going to be Rippa Snarlfangs.
Woo! Yep, I'm bringing the Gits tonight for our penultimate Grand Clash practice, which your Grand Clash has been and gone, so you know how terribly we did, but it's penultimate Grand Clash practice.
83rd place deck.
Yeah, you've seen it here. Andrew advised me not to change at this point, but I'm changing the deck because, you know,
This works so
the
well
Grand Clash
for you
is
last
such it's only a week. I haven't changed it very much. I have basically, you know, I had this mad, scurry, obliterated problem.
Yep.
I'm playing
Which
something
one
completely
do you go
different.
with? Oh, okay.
I've chosen another card,
A or B,
which is
A or B,
hard
C.
to score them both of them, but actually more easier to guarantee, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, not really, but okay, cool, okay.
Right.
Then, well, that's interesting. Hopefully that'll come out during this game and we'll get to see it in action.
Absolutely, yeah.
I after not being particularly excited by Rippa Snarlfangs, when they first came out in the first few tester games we played, but they did atrocious. I quite like the deck I've got. I threw the challenge out to some of our to all our patrons, and we had a couple of decks come back, and I've grabbed one of those. I've changed it very slightly, but I can see what they've gone for. Between their deck and my Despoilers deck, there's only like 4 cards that are the same.
I haven't got very many because I played Rippers last week. There aren't very many similar cards in my deck either.
But then you were going for a really defensive deck, whereas both of these are offensive decks,
true.
very different types of offensive.
Okay.
And I can see the synergy they're going with. And there's a lot of cards I've never really ever played before. So I'm quite looking forward to this deck. I'm
Interesting
quite
to see how that
excited by it.
goes. I find Ripper has got a lot of faction cards. It's almost got them. Maybe Lady Harrow. She's got some good ones, but Ripper has. I don't know whether that's a deliberate design choice. I think we should put that about in the live chat.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a deliberate design choice, but I feel like there are a lot of the warbands. You pick them, and actually a lot of their faction cards pick themselves for the warband.
I mean, one of the decks that was suggested on Patreon was like about 30 of the 32 cards.
He really had made a deliberate choice.
Had,
even my deck last week, which obviously we don't know how that went now, but we will know by this time. But so it could be terrible. But even that's got a massive amount of Rippers.
I think they're definitely making the cards much more warband specific.
Yeah.
Not the early ones so much, because some of Grashracks were freaking terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
But some of the late ones, they really seem to be starting to get into their own. Crackmarrow as well.
And these guys.
Yeah.
I can't remember what other warbands there are in this game anymore.
The Ogors aren't even out yet.
But
it'll be interesting to see how
they probably are
much
by now.
they build them. Yeah, by the time you guys get this video.
But the Condemned Laws, and I haven't even played. I haven't played the Condemned Laws. With the Morphle, I've got a lot of good faction cards, and I can't remember now whether we'll have to play the Condemned Laws at some point.
Well, you have once. Well, you played them twice,
but
it was a long time ago. We need them with all of the cards.
Yeah, we'll have to play them again.
But anyway, we're not talking about them.
We're
talking about your Gits Grand
Clash
Clash deck.
Yes.
And we're playing the Snarlfangs.
Yeah, we do like to waffle on, don't
we?
We do. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you in the Beastgrave. Bye.
Hello, everybody! Back in the Beastgrave.
Although no Beastgrave boards this time.
No, we've set up, and I chose the board first. I won the roll off. I've chosen boards first. Gone are the days where I say, "Oh, Robin lost the roll off."
No, you've actually for a while.
Yeah, and Pete set them up long, which is interesting. I suppose it helps keep the Snarlfangs close together.
Yeah, it stops you from sprinting off in every direction like a pack of roaches.
That's true. Keeps us together.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we go. I have got, having mentioned at the end of the last game that I was going to play to the end, and if it would be all right, I've immediately drawn 5 ploys, and I've decided to keep them.
It's painful when you get that,
which could be a mistake, but I've done it. The reason partly is if I throw them away, I might get 5 upgrades, and then I'm probably
proper done.
Yeah, so I think I've just got to go with it, and hope for the best.
So we've both placed lethal hexes, and I've got objective 5 on my side. You've got 3, 1, 2, and 4 on your side.
Indeed.
So it's time in a wriggly roll. Rippers get crit and a double. No double crits now, please. Oh, just a crit.
Just a crit. So
I will make you set up one first.
Okay.
Have you outnumbered me 3 to 1?
Okay, I'm going to start with a prog.
Ooh, up the back, eh? Okay, I'm going to put Ritter there.
I'm going to put Stick It. there.
I'm going to put Mino there.
Dibs here.
Stab it there.
So red cap's going there. Drizgit and the squig herders going there and there. And Zarbag here and Snurk there. I realised I called it Drizgit and the squig herders. I think that's quite a good name for a band.
Rock and roll.
It's called prog rock.
Very good. Very good.
I feel like that joke's been made before, but I don't know if we've got a bad name for them.
I don't know, yeah, we have now. And a genre.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll show you our cards and then we'll roll off. I'm not sure if I should have kept my opening objectives, but the problem with playing a deck that you've either net decked or just picked up from offline is you've got no idea whether you want to keep the cards you've got or not. But we'll find out. So let's roll. I set up way before you went and had a cup of tea and all the rest of it, so you might as well roll, see if you get that crit.
I do.
Oh,
I've
crit
got a double with it.
Do I need anything really?
Anything.
Crit and a double then. I feel like I need to take the advantage and go first here.
Okay.
Although I'm very aware that killing one of your people is like punching the sea. Very little use. I'm going to move, stab it, 1 to there.
Okay.
And in the power step I'm going to play Restless Prize and steal that objective from you.
Sneaky.
Over to you.
I'm going to play Restless Prize and move that objective
Oh.
to there.
Okay. I've got nothing else in my power step.
Okay, in that case, I'm not going to do anything. So I will inspire Snurk. I think I forgot to do it, but I will inspire Snurk.
Oh, as a result of that, yeah.
As a result of the
I'm not sure it'll make a
activation.
difference because you could do it at the end of your activation in a minute, really. So
Yeah, true. So for my first activation, I'm going to use Drizgit's ability to move 2 squigs, 1 to there and 1 to there,
okay,
and then I'm going to move him 1 to there.
okay.
And then I'm going to play in the power step Transfixing Stare. And I'm going to put it on Rippa.
Oh, you get.
Well, I am 9 of them.
You are, yeah, many gits. Okay, well then I might as well use forward planning on him. Gives a friendly fight with no charge tokens and give him an upgrade.
Okay.
So I'll give him bonded, which is when this fighter makes an attack action that targets an enemy, an adjacent enemy fighter, or he's targeted by an attack from somebody who's adjacent. He's considered to have 1 supporting fighter.
Okay.
And if you have nothing,
I've got nothing.
okay. On to my second activation then. I guess right now I might as well make an attack then with Stab It.
Okay. Who are you attacking?
I'll go for Bonecracker because he's the nastier of the 2.
Okay.
So I do have 2 swords.
Isn't he the saddle and the sabe?
I meant of those 2.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Sorry.
There's a crit.
Okay, so I need a crit. Oh, I won't get one.
Only 1 damage.
Okay. But
I'll leave him there.
You
and
can
I will
wolf
use
him.
the Snarlfangs. I'll use the Snarlfangs jaws.
Bonecracker.
Yep, and I'll use Snarlfangs jaws this
Okay.
time, which is a hammer. And at this point, I realised you probably shouldn't have inspired Snurk because you could use that to stop one of my Snarlfangs
you're
attacks.
right. Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, but it's
it would have been 1, but it still would have been because
Yeah.
I probably couldn't attack
yeah.
you. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So the
Think about
Snarlfang
that.
attacks. Oh, nothing. Boo. And in my power step, I have nothing to do.
Okay, I've got nothing in your power step either. So my second activation, I'm going to make a move action with Dibs, and I'm going to scurry with Zarbag. So they've got move tokens.
Zarbag's dead. No, yeah, that counts like knocking your king over in chess.
Oh no, that's it. Game over.
Game over, man.
And I'm going to score temporary victory and
Nice.
swift capture.
Oh, perfect.
3, which also inspires everybody. Power step, I have nothing to do.
Neither do I. So on to my next go. I'm going to attack with Stab It again. I'm going to attack Bonecracker with Stab It Sticker. So
Okay.
2 swords.
Oh, it's a crit.
Crit. I've been lucky with that. So Bonecracker's dead.
You kill Bonecracker.
And I score no mercy.
Oh, I score martyred.
Oh. Just robs all of the joy out of that when you do that. So I get 2 glory. We both get a new card. And I'm then going to use my Snarlfangs Jaw Attack on Red
Oh, yes,
Cap.
of course you can do that, can't you? I've forgotten that, yeah.
So it's a hammer.
Oh,
a hammer.
A dodge.
1 dodge.
You can push him back if you wish.
I don't think I'll bother.
Okay.
Because it's, I don't think I'll bother. Into the power step. I'm not going to do anything right now.
I think I'm going to play Distraction.
Ooh.
Okay, and then I'm going to play Inspired Attack.
Ooh.
Anything else?
Nothing for me.
Okay. So for my 3rd activation, I'm going to attack with Drizgit. I'm going to attack.
I'll stab it there.
Stab it there. So it's 4 dice and
Ow.
3 damage.
Ow. Oh.
Just 1 hammer.
Just 1
I've got
hammer.
no assist because I moved him.
But I've only got a shield. Oh, it's a shield.
Shield is enough. You
Jammy.
Git. I will push you back into the lethal hit.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 1 damage from the lethal.
Ouch. Well on, stab it.
It's a shame. I could have killed him then.
Anything in the power step?
And nothing for me.
Okay, I'm going to play Hunter's 1 on Rippa because that will inspire him.
Oh, clever.
It's
What
not the
does it
best upgrade. It
What
just
does it
means he counts as 2 people when he supports somebody.
Not bad.
But it's an upgrade.
It inspires him though, which is nice.
Exactly. That's kind of
Yeah.
my thinking.
Yeah.
Anything for you?
No.
Neither for me. So on to my 4th and final go. I'm going to charge with Mean Eye. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. No, 3 to there, I think.
Okay.
I will go forward 1 to there, I think. And I'm going to shoot at Drizgit. So you do get single assists.
Okay.
The Grot Bow, 2 swords, 1 damage. Or a sword.
Crit.
Oh, crit. Well, that will shut me up. Okay, and then I'll do the Doge attack with the hammer. Oh,
Missed.
nearly, but not. And that's the key difference.
And at that point, I will score Scrum. Just to rub salt, further salt into that
More
wound.
salt has been rubbed into my gaping wounds. Nothing in my power steps, so that's onto your 4th go, unless you've got anything to play.
I do not. I'm going to make a charge action on my 4th turn. I'm going to go 1, 2 to there. So I'm just going to shoot at
Mean Eye?
Mean Eye.
Mean Eye!
Which doesn't really matter which one it is, but stick it, and so it's 2 swords with double assists. Got a single assist.
Nice. Oh, what a crit! Power step?
Power step, I have nothing.
Nor do I. So on to the end phase. I
You
went first. I'm going to get rid of Jealous Defence. So I'm going to use that near the beginning, so I shunted the objective over and then you shoved it back.
That's why I used it then. I mean, I had always planned to shift it into there so I could get Swift Capture and Thingy at the same time, but it had to be done. And that's why I've taken Jealous Defence out of my deck. Because every time you play it and set it up, somebody it up.
Exactly that. Exactly that. I haven't scored any of the rest of my cards. I'm going to get rid of United.
Of course, having said that, it'll be great now because I could use it on Drizgit.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, that is true. I'm going to get rid of... you stopped me scoring United when you put Transfixing Stare on Ripper, because that's have all surviving friendly fighters in a single group. Couldn't do that. Going to get rid of it. Going to get rid of Plunderers, because that's have 1 objective on each, 1 upgrade on each person. It's an end phase, and it's only 1 glory. And I'm going to get rid of Marking Your Territory.
Okay.
So I've got nothing. I'm going to draw everything up.
Okay, I am going to score Tactical Supremacy 3 and 4. And I'm also going to score Keep 'em Guessing.
Well played, sir. Well played.
And at this point...
The glory train begins. Toot toot!
At this point,
Oh,
I'm going to keep this card, and I'm going to get rid of... I'm going to keep my power card, I'm going to get rid of To the End. Because kind of hope that I'm not going to need it.
Yeah.
And the gamble worked. I draw 4 new power cards and 3 new objectives.
So it's beginning of round 2 and it's time to roll off. Oh, a single and a double.
There's a crit there, crit on each.
Crit, single, double.
Each.
So it's up to you. What do you do?
I don't know, I kind of feel like I ought to go first. I think I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Which could be a mistake, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to attack with Drizgit first.
Okay.
So it's 3 hammers, single assists.
Drizgit's down a whack at Mean Eye.
Mean Eye, yeah. 2 hammers and a single assist. So you do need a crit.
Oh
no, so it's just 2 damage though.
We say just.
Well, it's 2 damage.
Stab it. No, sorry. Mean Eye takes 2 wounds.
And I think I'll leave you there.
Okay. Anything in your power step?
No.
I'm going to play Savage Mauling, which
good.
is the first range.
Nobody wants that.
No one wants that one. There's no way you can look at that and go, oh, good. That's +1 damage and +1 dice for each supporting fighter.
Oh, okay.
Anything for you?
Yeah, I'm going to play Confusion.
Oh, Schwippity Schwip. Okay. I'm then going to play Spirit Bond on Stabbit. No, I'm going to play Spirit Bond on Rippa. And pick Stabbit as his supporter. Back to you.
I don't have anything to do.
Nothing else from me either, so on to my turn. I'm going to charge with Rippa. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So I've wasted Savage Mauling, but I'm going to go for Red Cap.
Okay.
Reason being, the Bonded and Spirit Bond cancels out your 3 assists with my 2 and Mean Eye there. So he is going to attack with his Boss Lo'a, which is 3 hammers and 2 damage. Just a crit. When I say just a crit, that's
pretty good.
Yeah.
I've got nothing, so you've killed him, I assume.
Red Cap.
Glory for you.
1 glory. Now, I can't remember, we discussed this before. Do objectives come before reactions?
Oh, we had this big old discussion, and I can't remember.
I think reactions came first.
I think they did, so I think if you killed... I think it was, you couldn't score scrub if you reacted with the wolf. You couldn't score scrub.
Yeah. So I'm going to use...
That was the problem I had. I think I wanted to chomp you with the wolf, and then I wondered whether actually, because I'd done the attack with the wolf attack.
Yeah.
I think the reaction comes first.
So I think I'll use the wolf's reaction, and I'll use that on Drizgit.
Okay.
Now again, I've got a single assist on him from Bonded, and I've got a single assist from Spirit Bond, so that cancels out your 2 single assists. So it's just 2 swords for the Snarlfang jaws on Drizgit. 1 sword.
Nothing. Oh no, that's nothing. No.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. He's still alive.
Then I score scrum.
Yeah. Yes.
Pick up a new objective. Okay. And then in the power step, I'm gonna play Lethal Ward.
Oh, does that
zap Drizgit for a wound?
So that kills Drizgit.
And I get another glory for that.
Okay. And that inspires Gobblelock.
Oh god, it does. And then over to you in my power step.
Your power step. I'm going to put the Larval Lance on Stick It.
Stick It is going to stick it with his Larval Lance.
Going to try.
I've got nothing else I want to play.
Okay. For my second activation, I'm going to make a charge action. I'm going to go to here.
Okay. And you're having a stab at Mean Eye?
Yeah.
Is enough to kill him?
It's 2 hammers, 2 damage. 1 hammer.
A singular hammer. So I have 1 shield. No. Mean Eye is dead.
Okay.
So you get a glory for that. Anything in your power step?
No.
Nothing for me either. So on to my second activation. I'm going to move Stabbit 1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
Okay, that's just a move.
Just a move. And I've got nothing in my power step.
In the third turn, I'm going to make a move action. I'm going to move Dibs. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there.
Through a lethal hex.
Through a lethal hex, and I'm going to score calculated risk.
Nice. Anything in your power step?
In the power step, no, I've got nothing.
Okay, I'm going to put great strength on stab it. And if you've got nothing else,
I've got nothing else.
On my third go, I'm going to have a stab with stab it at Snurk.
Interesting.
2 swords, 1 hammer, and Nang. Okay, so then I might as well have an attack with the Snarlfang jaws on. I think that's stick it.
Yeah, well, I think that's dibs.
1 hammer. No, it's stick it.
You're right, stick it. You're right, stick it. You're right.
Thing, but I rolled a single assist.
Okay.
So it matters naught.
In the power step, I'm going to play Potion of Rage on Gobbleluck. Fourth turn, he's immediately going to use his Potion of Rage. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there.
Oh no.
So it's 3 hammers with cleave.
Is it 5 hammers because you use your Potion of Rage?
Potion of Rage, yes, you're right. It's
So
5
2
hammers.
hammers. 3 more dice to roll. 2 hammers and a crit, so that is enough. How much damage? 2, so he takes 2 wounds because I only roll 1 defense dice. You can shove him wherever you wish.
And we'll just push him back. So there, I think. He's charged.
Okay. Anything in your power step?
No.
Nothing for me neither. So on to my fourth go. I'm just going to attack stick it.
Okay.
With my stabber's stick. Swords. Oh, a crit. Now, you do need crit and a success here, which you don't get because you can't be pushed back.
No.
And it's 2 damage.
That's further away.
No, because you're the same number of hexes away still.
I always do that.
So that is a wound. That is 2 wounds because I've got great strength on him, so that does kill him. And in my power step, I've got nothing to do.
Okay, I've got nothing.
So on to the end phase. You went first.
I went first. I've scored Path of Victory. So I killed somebody and I'm on 2 objectives.
Nice.
And fired up.
Fired up. So 3 more glory. I am not going to catch you. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening.
So I'm going to get rid of Shifting Reflection. I'm going to keep this other card and draw 4 new power cards.
Cool. So I have scored Loaded with Plunder because Rippa does have 3 upgrades on him. So that's 2 glory there.
Well done.
I don't score, and I'm going to get rid of Swift Hunters because this is scored in end phase if 3 or more surviving friendly fighters have a move or charge token.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that card.
And I'm going to get rid of Smell Weakness. It's another one which isn't very good against the Gits because it's if you target someone that has a wound token, you get Cleave and Ensnare.
Yeah.
Awesome against nearly anybody else, but not the Gits. So I'll draw 2 objectives and 5 power cards. So it's on to the 3rd round. I don't see me winning this. You've just got so many glory, but we'll see. A crit single and a double.
Crit and 2 doubles.
Just about win it. I'll go first then.
I thought you might.
Yeah. So it's my first activation. I am going to shoot at Bonecracker or whichever the squig is that's still alive. Gobbleluck. I'm going to shoot him with Rippa.
Okay.
With his garrote bow. 2 swords. And I miss.
Perfect start.
It is, because I got warding shots. So I get a glory for that. Pick up a new objective. I was seriously expecting 2 crits. That roll.
Does happen 9 times out of 10 or something when you're playing those.
When you've got that. And in the power step, I'll put Boss Hat on Stab It.
What does that do?
It gives him +1 defense, +1 damage if Ripper's out of action.
Right, okay.
It's unlikely.
I'm going to ditch Mirror Move because I'm going to play Frenzied Search. And I'm going to ditch Mirror Move in order to do that.
I've got nothing to do in my power step.
I'm going to put Challenge Seeker on Gobbleluck. My first activation, I'm going to make a charge action with Gobbleluck. He's going to go 1, 2 to there.
Oh, bother.
And he's going to roll 4 dice because he's got Challenge Seeker.
Yep.
Or 2 crits.
Stab it, got bit. So he's dead, and you get yourself a glory.
And then I'm going to put Sudden Growth on Zarbag.
Okay. I've got nothing else I want to play.
I'm going to play Survival Instincts on whoever this is here.
Dibs.
Okay,
on to my second activation then. I'm going to pick up a power card. Don't really know if I wanted that one, but I'll take it and I'll play it and I'll put Embittered Survivor on Rippa, which is +1 wound. Is that a 5 wounds?
I've got nothing else in the power step.
I've got nothing else now.
Okay, second activation. I'm going to draw a card. I've got nothing else to do.
Neither do I. On to my third activation. I might as well draw another card.
Okay.
Another power card. And in my power step, I'm going to play Defensive Maneuver, which is choose friendly fire and push them up to 1 hex away from the nearest enemy. Push them to there.
I've got nothing in your power step.
I'll then play Pack Tactics. Choose friendly fighter and push the friendly fire.
It's basically sidestep when you've only got one person, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Hello. And that's it. I've got nothing in my power step.
Okay. My third activation, I'm going to draw another card. I'm going to put Great Fortitude on Dibs. And I don't have anything else.
I'm going to play Vindictive Attack.
Ah.
+2 dice for the next attack. Into my fourth and final go.
Who are you going to charge?
Ghostbusters!
I can't hear you.
I said Ghostbusters. You really should get your ears checked out.
What's really weird is that I said it too.
So I'm going to charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're up to.
Bork. And I will immediately score Gathered Momentum.
Oh.
Score if a friendly fighter makes a charge action and ends 5 or more hexes away.
Nicely done.
So I score that one for 1 glory. Okay, so I'm going to attack Dibs first, who's on the objective.
Dibs,
so he'll be
who's on the objective?
5 hammers with his boss slopper.
Oh, one crit and a hammer. So I do need 2 successes, and one of which needs to be a crit.
Yeah.
I got 0 successes, so that's 2 damage.
2 damage.
Okay.
Doesn't kill you.
Doesn't kill me. He is on guard.
I can't push him back. No. I've wasted everything. I forgot about this. I've made a horrible mistake. No, it doesn't matter. Right, and then I will attack with the Snarlfang Jaws on Prog at the back there, because I can kill him with 2 damage.
You can kill either.
Sorry?
You can kill either.
That's true. Although I think Prog's going to be easier to kill, because you have to beat me.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And I've only got 2 swords.
Okay.
So I will attack with the Snarlfang Jaws on Prog. 1 single assist. Now I don't think I get that. So it did not work. So I'll pick up my last objective.
Anything in the power step?
I do also score Leading the Charge, which is a surge. Score immediately after your leader made a successful attack action as part of a charge, which I did initially on Dibs. So I'll score another glory for that one. And nothing in my power step.
Okay, I'm going to play Sneaky Step in your power step and just move Prog to there.
Cool.
And then for my final activation, I'm going to make a move action with old Dibs here. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 onto there, and then Prog's going to make a scurry onto there.
Beautiful.
I'm going to play the Slumbering Key on Sour Tongue.
Nice. I've got nothing else, so on to the end phase. I've scored the Great Hunt. I think that's named after me. And 1 or more friendly hunters has 3 or more upgrades.
Nicely done.
He has 1.
3 or more upgrades?
Yeah, he's got 4.
Oh, I see.
The other card I picked up right at the end was Brought to Bay, which is a friendly hunter makes an attack action that takes an enemy fighter out of action, and they were in enemy territory, which is pointless after I've charged and I've got no more activations. But there we are. So that's me done.
Okay, I've scored Tactical Supremacy 1 and 2, and Supremacy, and I get 1 from Slumbering Key as well. So I just get another 6.
Wow, that's nearly 20 glory at the end there. I think you've got 21.
21. I scored every objective apart from to the end.
Nice. I got
and
12.
I only had
Good
two
game, sir.
Thank you. I only had 2 power cards left as well.
Nice. I was a bit stuffed at the start. I had 3 single glory objectives, and in fact this might be the deck where I mentioned before about only having 13 glory scoring in it. It's 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13 glory. It's a very low scoring deck because it doesn't have trophy belt. It's got Tome of Offerings, but that was like in the last 5 cards for me, which is Murphy's Law. This deck needs
Tome of Offerings.
This deck needs more high scorings.
Pretty devastating, and that's the problem with the Gits.
Yeah, I needed Tome of Offerings. I needed a trophy belt as well, I think. I got 12.
Not bad.
So considering I scored only 1 less than the total glory, I mean, I don't know how many of your guys have killed, about 4?
So you didn't kill that
about
cat,
4?
You killed 4.
Masses, yeah, not masses. Yeah. I don't mind the deck. I probably maybe should have got rid of my opening 3 cards, but looking at it, I probably would have picked up another 3 cards that only got me 1 glory each. I mean, 11 objectives that only have 1 glory on them. There's got to be some better cards out there.
Doesn't work in this day and age.
It doesn't. It just doesn't get it for you. Not without having at least like Trophy Hunter and Trophy Belt and
yeah. I mean, if
Tome
you
of
killed me
Offerings.
all and got Tome of Offerings on most of the kills, you've been alright. But
yeah, I think.
And they suffer so badly. I mean, I was lucky to get Transfixing Stare first turn, I think. But they suffer so badly from their Inspire condition because it's really hard to inspire the other 2. Especially playing a warband like this, because I really don't need to attack Ripper.
No, you can just ignore him.
Yeah.
Unless somehow he gets right in the middle and he's got multiple turns.
If he's got Tome of Offerings.
Yeah.
And
Trophy Belt, something
but even then, unless you can get into the middle without charging, he can only kill 1, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And their wolf attacks are so swingy.
Hit and miss. Yeah, very hit and miss.
So swingy. I just feel. I mean, I had a dream start. I mean, I had to get rid of to the end, but I mean, apart from that, everything went absolutely perfect.
Exactly what you wanted. I mean, so you know if you can score most of your objectives, which you most often can, assuming you've got 3 objectives in your half, that's like ideal for you, especially if you've got exactly the right objectives in your half.
Yeah,
you're looking at nearly 20 glory.
I still think I'll struggle if I play somebody who sets up 3 at back, like the opposite of what we've got here.
Yeah, I mean, you did that time when you played when we played Thorns on that TTS match.
I chose to do that, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was a killer.
Yeah, I think you got into double digits on glory, but only just in the end. That was really, really hard for you. But then that's exactly the same if you've got somebody who's playing offensive, who comes up against someone who manages to set up far back and keep them away, that you're losing your raison d'etre.
Yeah, and I think in that game we played, I don't think Shifting Reflection came out either.
Yeah.
Because that's my kind of... I haven't got very many things to get me to the back of the deck, back of the board.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to set up the board this way. So if it ever gets set up this way, I'm going to have 3 objectives. And by and large, unless I'm unlucky and 2 and 4 or 1 and 3 are in the back, in that end, doesn't make much difference.
No. And even if you do end up with, I can't remember, is it 1, 2 and 3 and 4, whatever your objectives are, if the 2 that you need are in my back end of my half of the board, you know you can just ignore those 2 objectives, really.
Yeah.
You can just go for all the other stuff instead. And it's for glory, you're not going to win, but you've had situations where you've had to throw away 6 glory in your opening hand and still scored 20.
Yeah, I mean, I know you why you played it narrow, but actually I'm not sure it doesn't play into my strengths, because I've got lots of, I've got 3 objectives that are really close to each other. And okay, they didn't come out, but at the end here I've got Quickening Grease and 2 steps forward. So almost wherever they are,
you could get people onto stuff.
Yeah.
There are several cards in here I'm not sure I'd take now. I don't think I'd take Forward Planning, because that gives someone a free upgrade, but then you have to put a charge token on them. Like, why would you do that with these guys? You've only got 3 people. You're then limiting yourself to only having 2 models.
You can't do it if they haven't got a charge token, can you?
Exactly, yeah.
So no, it's
I mean, you could move them and play this, but then they get a charge token, so you can't activate them again.
To me, it almost feels like it's a tone deck card.
It does, yeah, almost. I mean, there's some really nice ones in here, but again, against Gits, they're not useful, and it didn't come out for me, but I had Low Cunning, which if this fight is supporting someone, you get +1 damage. That could be useful, but against these guys, not really, because they're all low health. Spirit Bond I like. Hunter's 1 can be useful.
Spirit Bond is a good card.
Bonded is great. Embittered Survivor is always a must-have. Ghoulish Pact I'm not sure on. I mean, it's nice to get that upgrade out because you're only getting 13 glory, but it's -1 wound and your guys aren't that tough.
I have to say, in the current meta, you need to be playing a deck which generates enough glory for you not to care whether you get Ghoulish back or not.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this deck needs. I can't remember what the 3 restricted cards are, but I think it needs calculated risk to get you that free glory. I don't know.
I don't like calculated risk for Rippers because about the only thing they've got going for them is that they're 4 wound fighters.
True, there is that.
You immediately put them on 3 wounds.
I don't think I'd take Jealous Defense in this one. I'm not sure I'd take Restless Prize either. I'd probably take...
Restless Prize is one of those cards that...
I guess that's useful with Jealous Defense.
Yeah, and it would have been useful end of turn if you still had it left.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have scored.
And having said you
could have robbed me of 5 glory.
Having said I wouldn't take forward planning, I actually used this time around because you play Transfixing Stare on him, so I could use it without worrying too much. But even that's the edge case scenario where it's useful. Any other situation, I'm not sure I'd take that.
No.
I like the deck. It's got a lot of assisting cards in there, but I'm not sure that Gits are a warband that they would do well against. I think they do better against Stormcast or 4 fighter warbands, like maybe the Guardians, people like that. Maybe I don't know the deck well enough to comment. I kind of feel, no, neither do I really.
But I think whatever you play, almost it feels to me, whatever deck you play with Rippers, you're at the mercy of the dice. Whatever you do, you can't really mitigate against it because there are so few.
I mean, Rippa, once he's inspired, he's rolling 3 hammers, so he's not bad. But the trouble is, he's only one person. So unless you've got a way of getting him in amongst a lot of people...
Yeah, Drizzt rolls 3 hammers.
Yeah.
So, Drizzt rolls 3 hammers. I suppose it's a bit similar. Drizzt rolls 3 hammers, and if you kill him, he inspires the...
Yeah. I mean, Ripper's got 2 dodge when he's inspired. He's got 4 wounds, 5 move. He's also got the Snarlfang jaws, which is another 2 sword attack, which can do possibly 2 more damage.
It does get better, doesn't it?
Ripper is definitely... I think your other 2 guys are almost your...
Ripper's your heavy lifter, so you do need... I suppose that's a reason to play Ghoulish Pact, because you do need...
But then you take a wound off him.
You're taking a wound off him,
yeah. And he immediately gets that much closer to death.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I still like the deck, the idea of the deck. It's got a lot of cards I've not played before, and it's got a lot of everybody helping each other cards, but I'm not used to playing that.
I'm quite chuffed that my very objective-oriented Gits managed to kill 2 of your wolves.
Yeah, but they're not hard to kill, I don't think.
Well, no, I think... I mean, I was lucky in the sense that you inspired Gobberluck, and then he has Cleave.
Yeah.
And so...
Although,
he minced one of them.
But I think you rolled 2 crits or crit and 2 hammers anyway.
5 dice with the first one,
exactly.
4 dice with the second one, I think.
Yeah. But that's it. I mean, because they're only one fighter, they have the same weakness that like Stormcast and that have. If you can get Cleaves in there, or you can get lots and lots of dice, it's not going to matter if they're rolling, because you're just going to be able to push through with weight of numbers of
Gits,
dice.
once they're inspired, have got enough decent hitters, especially with things like Lava Lance and Guardian Glaive.
And if people spend ages trying to take out your squigs, or take rounds up taking out your squigs,
that's the dream.
Then you're sitting there running around standing on objectives like, you keep mincing through them, that's absolutely fine, because now I've scored 6 glory here whilst you've only earned 2.
Yeah.
And then maybe 3 if they've got something which benefits from killing somebody, that kind of thing, but otherwise,
I kind of wonder whether you should have put these here. I'm not sure what your thinking was there.
Well, I had that one there because I had Jealous Defense, so I was going to move in the first turn and attack, but you stuck one of the grots on it, or you stuck...
I didn't put Driscoll in it?
No, you can't.
No, I see at the beginning,
At the very beginning, but you put Gobluck on it, so I moved it over so I could then move him forwards and then use it.
I can put
you can, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that stuffed me up, and then I moved it so I could use it, and then you moved it back again, so I was stuffed up again. So
I mean, I had a pretty nice first hand because I had Restless Prize, and you put that there. It's like, well, that's good because I could sit somebody on it, and then I can move it on before my turn to get somebody on it and score swift capture.
Yeah. So it was. I think you had the perfect set of cards. I don't think I had the best initial set of cards for my guys, but also I'm not sure this deck's optimal. And I think, as we said, 13 glory. I don't think you should be leaving home without at least 16 now. I think 15 to 16 is your target.
I didn't really get to look at my to the end experiment today, but I did prove that it doesn't break the deck.
No, it's true.
Don't throw the cards away.
But it's a question of, does it break the deck if you do throw the cards away? That's where you're...
Yeah.
That's
the reason because it's like, it's either that or Mad Scurry or Obliterated or that. They're all worth 2. To the end, if you throw away your first 5 cards, it's pretty much guaranteed at the end. The only problem is it's effectively a 3rd end phase card.
Yeah, but it is almost definitely guaranteed 2 glory 3rd end phase,
whatever happens.
And you've got, and if you haven't thrown away Slumbering Key, that's 3 glory pretty much guaranteed right at the end, whatever else you score.
Yeah. Mad Scurry is great first turn, but against aggro warbands, it can actually force you into making bad decisions because you have to make lots of moves, and it's a little bit counter to keep them guessing.
Although you can, if you get it early, it's great because you can use Gits move as well.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
But I've found when I've used it, I've ended up making suboptimal moves. Basically, get Drizzt out there, and then you try and get them to soak up the damage while I move the others.
Yeah.
And it hasn't left me in a really strong position. And Obliterated, moving Snurk to kill people. I mean, in this game, Obliterated would have been completely useless because it would have been really hard to kill anybody with him. And using Snurk to kill people is basically taking activations away in which I can achieve my
I think Obliterate's definitely not something you want to take in this deck now. I think Snurk might be useful if you come up against another objective grabbing warband, because you can slap him on an objective and he's very hard to shift once he's inspired.
He's also, if you end up not being able to do that, he's also quite good at moving people off objectives.
Yeah, because you can just plough through people. You haven't got to roll successes.
What happens if he hits somebody on guard now?
Well, it's not attack, so you can still...
But they can't be pushed.
No, I think guard people can't be pushed from an attack, I think. So you can still push them from distraction.
Can you? Oh, you can, can't you?
So I suspect Snurk's
they can't be pushed back.
Yeah, they can't. They can't be driven back.
Driven back,
which is different.
Yes.
So, so he's useful there as well. So if somebody is staying on an objective, it doesn't matter. He can just knock them back with impunity. So
if you're lucky, get on it.
Yeah, if you're really lucky, if it's the last thing to do.
Yeah.
The thing the one thing I think you might struggle with at the Grand Clash is getting 2 games in 90 minutes. You need to start working on those. You almost need a set of plays, so you know that if you've got this card, you're going to do this with it, and you just.
I would probably make.
It's almost like Rubik's cubes. When there's only like 13 actual moves, people just memorise those 13 moves, and then they know to move one spot from one side to the other. They just do a set of manoeuvres. You almost need something like that with your guys now, so that.
Well, I've got 10 days to sort that out.
10 more days. Well, this might not come out till after the Grand Clash, so maybe we'll already found out by then whether Robin is the new winner.
I'm not going to be the new winner.
Even if I win, I'm not taking it. No, I can't. I couldn't possibly. Well, good game, Robin. I did enjoy that, despite the slightly suboptimal performance from my choices. I'm not going to blame the deck. I'm going to blame my choices. And a little bit of the deck. And then we
say that deck.
Exactly. No, I can't fault the deck really. I'm just going to fault the warband.
The question is, Pete, it just occurred to me: do we take our little gold tokens to the Grand Clash?
I'm tempted to,
because they're quite handy.
Just
aren't
to
they?
remind myself
they're
when
quite
I'm inspired.
Handy. Although for me, it's a bit irrelevant whether I'm inspired or I'm not.
Well, it's 2 dodge, isn't it?
Yeah, well, what I mean is, though, I don't really need to remember.
No, that's true. That's true.
But apart from the squigs, I might take them anyway, because
it helps your opponent. Yeah. Although sometimes maybe you don't want to do that.
No,
because maybe you don't want your opponent going, I'm going to attack Dibs and not the squig.
Yeah.
And then after it's like, but I've got 2 dice with Dibs because he's inspired. They might not think of that. So it's not playing against the rules, and it's not hiding information. It's just not telegraphing information to your opponent. So maybe not.
Yeah, because I kind of know when they're inspired.
Yeah, exactly. And if your opponent asks, you're going to tell them. But if they don't say anything, you probably don't want to be volunteering that extra information. Because we do that a lot when we're playing. We're like, I've got this in my hand now. Or I've got this objective or whatever. You just think, I'm not going to score these objectives. Your opponent's going, brilliant.
Pretty much, yeah.
In that case, I'll just spend the first round just placing things.
Sucks to you!
Yeah. Or maybe they think, he's double bluffing me now. And the end of the round, no, he's just an idiot. he's just telling me his play. Okay, cool, fine. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Do let us know about any rules we've missed. Don't forget the times as always. And we'll see you soon in the Beastgrave. Bye.